That's what's up.
Live from the mainstream cannabis media empire, I'm Travis Lippert, CEO of Verks Unlimited Limited, better known as VeedVerks.
I'm Michael Miller, National Marketing Director for PanaceaLife.com, located in beautiful Golden, Colorado. Yes,
Golden, Colorado.
I don't even have my cheat sheet today, boss.
You don't have a cheat sheet?
No, I don't. Since you outed me last time, last week.
Sorry about that. Blame it on the Alabama meth gators.
Yeah, we'll talk about that towards
Alabama meth gators.
We were coming up with a song this morning about that.
Yeah. So today we have Rick DeLove from LiverightCBD with us.
Welcome to the show, Rick.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to be here. Proud to be here. Being green.
Nice.
So what did you do before you got into the cannabis industry?
What I did for, I was probably a club developer, bartender for about 20 years. I'd go to clubs and change their formats to be a little bit more safer and cleaner. And then I started a .com in 2000 called Billy Bob's Barter World. It's at the same time that Craigslist came around, and it was an offline bartering system that was kind of like OfferUp and Let Go, all that kind of stuff now.
Sure.
And then I just kind of stayed in bartending for a while until in about 2013, I had an epiphany. I said, I'm going to start my own edible company in Seattle, Washington. And all my friends straight up laughed at me, you know. And there wasn't any competition or anything like that. And so I just basically made some brownies. I did stuff that, since as a bartender, we think differently. You know, if somebody's not a bartender, they make you a martini. That's their first martini. They don't really they don't care. As a bartender, we're always like, is that dry enough? You know, do you want it dirtier? It's important to get it right. And so in product development, it seemed to help a lot. So my first product, to tell you the truth, was these little brownies, but it's, you know, like on a brownie, the edge.
Yeah.
The edge piece. That's my favorite piece.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Right?
The corner.
So instead of making like a sheet of them, I made like little muffin ones, right? These little muffin ones. So the edge was on each one of them. And I put bacon in them. And I put a label on it called People's Champs. And I walked them around to poker games and to dispensaries and tried to sell them, and got them in a couple shops. And then I realized that the shop owners were buying them and eating them because they wouldn't put them on their menus because they had the worst packaging in the world. They were just, you know, a photocopy picture of a boxer, you know, with their fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then wrapped in saran wrap, you know, and they were delicious, but when you look back at them, they were suspect. They were,
Right.
they were,
Yeah,
you know,
I
a
love
little
those.
sketchy. You know, delicious as fuck, but a little sketchy. So I remember when one of the owners said, "Hey, why don't you look at these, this little single serving package with a plastic unit on top of it?" And I said, "You know what? I need to start changing how I represent my brand." And so from that, I started making better packaged products. And then I went to a place called the Northwest Cannabis Market. Have you guys ever heard of anything that
No.
ever?
Is that like there's like 30 dispensaries all under a roof?
Yeah,
I've been there a few times.
It was an amazing experience in Seattle, Washington in 2012.
Yes.
You're right. You would get your medical card.
Yep.
And we helped build this whole formula. You know, without the patients to actually buy the product, there's really nothing for the recreational market to come and take. So we were the foundation by getting patients through the front door for products. And I was one of their members. And so I went to this place, and I was People's Champs. And I had very little marketing, very little. I had I didn't sell any flour. All I sold was these wonderful brownies, and then I made these little Rice Krispie treats with medicated chocolate on the top. But I had 15 different flavors because what I would do is crush up candies and put them into the Rice Krispie part of it. And so, like, imagine a Rice Krispie with peanut butter, chopped up Swedish fish in it, with a layer of medicated RSO chocolate on the top of it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I call it peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. With a bat. With a bat. With a bat. With a bat. Yeah. That's about the reaction I got.
I love it. How did they taste though?
They were incredible. They're the best. I mean, if I was still gonna make them, I mean, I would cut the Swedish fish up in little chunks and freeze them so that they would mixture in there, so you'd have a little jelly pocket. It was amazing.
Oh my God, that's funny.
That was but you were right. There was about 30. We would go to there, and there'd be a room of about 30 vendors. And at that point, to tell you the truth, I was one of the more branded companies at that point. Everybody was a little scared to put their face out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I was so amazed by it. I came in there and I was, I had photocopies. I didn't have like real banners or anything, And I was amazed, and I took pictures of everything. And everybody at the place called me the cop.
Uh-oh. Well, you kind of look undercover to me.
I do.
I wouldn't buy pot on the street from you.
No, look, there's no tattoos. There's no tattoos. Pretty clean, Got some earrings, that's kind of copy.
Yeah. Undercover copy.
Yeah, they called me a cop in the beginning, and because really, I a long time ago I used to sell cars, and in cars they try to, if somebody's new on the corner, they try to take you up, so they kind of mind fuck you. And they try to mind fuck everybody because A, they're trying to protect their territory, and B, they don't want any cops in there.
Yeah.
As crazy as it sounds. So I had to really, for a month, figure out what to do because A, I wasn't selling flour. Right. All I sold was edibles. I was the most arrogant guy. I'm just here to sell edibles. These are the best. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. I thought it was the
I can see you doing that right now in the market.
I would do it every day, and I loved it. I would stand up there and they'd go, what is that? And I'd do the little dance. They'd buy 3 little discs for $20. There was a donation period. It was all donations, of course. Right. But I loved it. But what really was going on was we weren't selling products per se, but we were really networking and making a pretty powerful cannabis network from that room. A lot of powerful brands have come out of that room. Freedom was in that room, which is a large Seattle dispensary. Mm-hmm. Seattle's Private Reserve. Mm-hmm. About 5 or 6 different dispensaries came out of that. Well, one of them being Local Roots. Oh, wow. We had people work with the Burner. Burner works with one of our vendors in there with the Kush. What is it? I forget what Kushery. I think it's the Kushery. It's just we all just kind of branched off into other things from that room. Sure. And I it's kind of like the stock exchange, but a lot of people there thought they were trying to get $25 eights. Actually, I'm the king of $25 eights too. Yeah. In a room full of figuring out how to compete with people that sell cannabis or use it for donations, I undercut everybody for the patients. Sure. I said, instead of these $40 things, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to find the best product for grandma, and I'm going to charge $25 for everything that I had across the board. It's my job to get better product at a better price. It's not grandma's fault to go get another $15 for this. So that's where the hashtag Grandma Friendly came from, really, in 2013, from just dealing with a lot of patients and just being really super proud of what I'm doing. Yeah, nice. I feel like I'm on a mission from God, from the blue.
Hey, do you know Carl Keich up there? The pot shop.
Pot shop, yes. I was a rep too for Green Line, and so I went to probably about 150 shops in this Washington area and shook hands with owners and stuff. My network got pretty strong with as I evolved in this.
Yeah, I remember the days back in the days.
Yeah, the America's changing.
Wait a second. There it is.
Peanut butter jelly. Look at that. Look at that.
I love it. Oh, are we crazy? Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. That was my first start of marketing. Yeah. Figuring that kind of stuff out.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, there were almost like 300 dispensaries in Seattle, and I busted in almost every door in the state for BioTrack back in the day. when they won the state system. So it's a beautiful state. I was just up there a couple weeks ago at the CBD Expo.
Oh, yeah. I missed out. I'm actually doing a lot of building up on my own brand. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, Live Right. You should have been there at least as a guest. We could have had a drink.
I know. I'm just grinding this out, though.
Yeah, understand.
So what all products are you making now?
Well, currently we're working with, I'm making a lifestyle CBD brand called LiverightCBD. We have 6 products, and here's a couple of them. Here's like one of the most, let's see if I can show it to you guys. Tincture is going to be probably about 60% of the industry in the future, just because it's the easiest, most grandma-friendly product to use. Everything that we sell on our website is grandma-friendly, #grandma-friendly, and we also make the price grandma-friendly. So any single unit is nothing over $39.99. It's just
all about the grandma.
So it really, I
love it.
Let me kind of back up and explain about that. So so people don't think I'm so opportunistic. I got into cannabis as an edible maker because a lot of the women that I knew, they would always search into their purses and pull out pills, somas, back things, and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I smoke weed. I'm not a pill guy, right? But my back still hurts and I still got to sleep. And so what happened was, long story, let me just go into it. This friend of my friend comes to me and says, Rick, I got all this shake. And this was probably not my first business development move, but probably my first cannabis business development move. And I said, we should make a product with this instead of sell this whack-ass shake. So as we tried to make some pre-rolls, they were the worst pre-rolls ever. They tasted whack. And I was like, how can anyone make a living with this? I wouldn't want to smoke more than 3 of these. So my bartender mind kicked in. And I said, why don't we make food, And so I realized that I could make butter with it. And that's where we made those brownies. And so I started making the brownies, and I put a sticker on it. And that's how the product started to first formulate. When I went to the Northwest Cannabis Market, I started to deal with patients. Once I started dealing with patients, I started putting faces to the stories, and that really will change you as a product developer and an entrepreneur. Very quickly, let me tell you one little story about CBD. If you guys got a second,
we got 58. Go ahead.
I do talk a lot. So there's this tincture that I would sell in a room full of people trying to get high. There was this I had CBD tincture back when nobody had it, right? And it was $25. I bought it for $15. I would sell it for $25, and nobody would buy it from me. But I was always like, this is a market here. We're in a room full of this, and everybody wants to get high. Well, one day this patient came in, and I was actually training somebody. I was saying, if anybody walks through that door, treat them with respect. That could be my mother. That could be anybody, but they honestly are patients, and this is my business, and I need you to adhere to that. And so treat them like they're your mother or my mother. So this lady walks in, and she's on her worst cracked out day. The worst. She is itching, and it's horrible, and I'm in training mode. Well, as I talk to her, she starts asking for products with CBN in it and CBG, and she knows her cannabinoids, and I'm looking at her, and I'm blown away by what she knows about these cannabinoids. And so she asked if I had a product from Dark Horse Capsules, and I said, I don't have that, but I have this golden peacock, golden dragon tincture. And she says, how much is it? She's scratching and itchy. And I say, it's $25. She gives me $25. Well, we do the donation thing of $25. I mean, just say that. And she opens it up, and she drinks half the bottle in front of me.
Oh, wow.
Half the bottle. And I look at her, and I'm like, okay, so I know what it's made of. I know it's tincture based. There's no alcohol in it. It is made with vegetable glycerin. And so I know the ingredients, and I'm looking at it, but I've never seen anyone do half a bottle of it. And then so I get the chance to watch her, And within the next 5 minutes, all of that scratching goes away. All of it. It was like she took a Benadryl shot or something and chilled the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know what to do with that tincture until that minute. And I learned that if you're coming off of drugs, there's not a lot of, they give you methadone. I just saw a product do the same thing to a patient within 5 minutes. So I continued to give this person, I continued just to sell them the tincture. Just sell it to them, do my job, right? And as I did the job, I ran out of tincture, and I used to make, I was one of the inventors of this product, People's Champs medicated juice. And so the product, the precursor that I would put into my juice, I just started selling it to her, not giving it to her, but selling it to her. Whatever she would give me, I would take, because it's the transaction, so you respect it. And then at some point, she needed to make her own products. And so instead of being her drug dealer, I said, here's a magical butter machine, and here's a bag of shake, and here's a website, and if you need any help, I'll help you with it, but you got to start making your own precursor. And to this day, that's probably about 5 years ago. She's sober now. She used to send me pictures of all the things that she didn't sell for drugs. I mean, like literally,
that's beautiful
like,
in a way.
Computer, and here's my cell phones, and look, I have a DVR, and then I was like, as much as I would laugh about it, that's how serious she was.
That's beautiful.
And access to this products was what saved her life, literally. And so that is part of the part where Grandma Friendly comes to. I'm not, as much as the marketing thing as it makes sense, it really is something that people deserve access to these products. And I really think grandmas are the basis of who I love to protect. My mom, I take care of my 70-year-old mom. And when I first started doing this, I would say, I won't sell you a product I wouldn't sell to my mother. Well, shortly after that, I got the chance to have my 70-year-old, well, she was 65 or 64, 63 back then. She got to come and stay with me. And since then, she has smoked every weed I've ever had. She has tried every lotion I've ever had. And now she's the best litmus test for all these products. And so when I started LiverightCBD, I bring back my hashtag Grandma Friendly, which I started doing that when I started making media and content in 2013. But Grandma Friendly has been going on in my mind for a long time. And now I get a chance to actually do it with LiverightCBD in a very unique way. I want to tell you a little bit about the SharePay program. Can I? So we have this. So what it is this is my salve. You guys I'm gonna have to send you guys some of this salve. Let's see, where do we go? There we go. See, I'm such a neophyte. I'm gonna have to see how it's in like a roller, like a roll on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
have you ever got salve and it's been in a shot glass or it's in a weird tin and everybody puts their fingers in there and stuff, right? This is Grandma Friendly, single use. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the applications. So I sell this for $39, right? I have a subscription model that if you pay for 3 months in advance, I'll sell you 4 products for $100 a month. Now with the SharePay program, we'll take one more $39.99 valued product, probably a tincture, probably one of these, sorry. And we'll give it back to the community. I know, I'm a neophyte. I'm not good.
No, I like it.
All backwards. But so the SharePay program is a good way to give back chunks. I'm not giving samples of my products back to them. If you buy a subscription model for me, I will give, every time I send you a subscription box of 4 products every month, I will give one unit that's valued at $39.99 to the community, and it'll be an elderly person.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
And it's from the Shark Tank stuff. It's millennial stuff. But at the same time, if I profit, I think my community should profit also. And by doing this and sharing this, the bigger I get, the more companies I think will have to do that.
Yeah, I fully support that. I think that I think that's an excellent idea. I love that.
Thank you. That's my share pay program, and that's really where the grandma friendly hashtag comes from. I mean, I know that a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, you just trying to take old people's money," and I'm saying, yeah, but I'm going to bring you good products, and I'm going to stand behind them. My whole job is in an interesting way is to be the Nordstrom of cannabis in my eyes. I know what's good and I know what's bad and I know what's coming. But if I can control the price on it, why don't I just pick some good products and promote them and give grandma a great price? It makes a lot of sense.
It sure does. Yeah, we've got your product line up on the site right now. You do bath bombs?
No, that's not me.
Oh, that's not it. Get that off there.
That's not me. That's my competition.
Okay.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
It's
That's where to
interesting
not
because
go.
I am very competitive, but this is the time for people to all jump into this space. There's not I also even say this. I think it's time that a lot of black people get back into this cannabis business. When I've been doing this for over 7-8 years, and there's very few people of color in the cannabis. No offense to you guys. You get what I'm saying.
No,
But I'm like one of the last black unicorns in cannabis. So the competition, I don't have a problem with competition. If anything, it just makes my products better and it makes my salesmanship better. So, but please just show my products.
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
Boom.
Yeah. Boom. There you
There
go.
we go.
There we go. That's my
There.
stuff. There it is.
Live the right way.
Yeah. We're really trying to, and it's even in the development of this. I know how hard it is to. Let me show you something cool.
Yeah.
Can you go to the Educate Me page?
Given enough time, I bet I can.
There's the commercial. Did you watch the commercial?
No.
Here, let's
I
do
was
it.
on the wrong
Can
website.
we
Show
do
the
it?
commercial. The commercial's
Once
awesome.
upon a time,
Oh, here it is.
a little CBD lifestyle brand from Seattle,
can't hear it?
Washington
Okay.
had an epiphany.
I think we
Let's
can hear
start
it.
by being
Oh, okay.
grandma friendly. Well, what does that mean? First, we produce the best quality CBD products. Then, we help our clients understand and relate with our products the simplest way possible. From choosing the right font size to using the cannabinoid color wheel, we help let you know what's inside and make absorbing CBD into your lifestyle much easier. Being grandma friendly is really that simple.
I love it.
I really like that.
Yeah.
What did you do? Put that together online?
I have an interesting network of talent, and the more that I pitch that I'm in the cannabis space, the stronger my network gets.
Nice.
And so I really, even though people have called me a cop, people have called, I mean, everything from cop to hardcore. When I was working with Magical Butter, there was rumors that because there was a lot going on in Seattle in the industry, and so I had to, I'll just say what happened. I bought a 7 Series BMW so people would leave me alone. So that was my form of intimidation, and it was used. But from that, instead of people said, "Hey, we should just leave this dude alone," I got people said, "Hey, this guy sells rock cocaine to 16-year-olds on the First Avenue," and all that was people hating that I was dealing with Magical Butter.
Huh.
Wow.
I was involved with the Magical Butter crew, and they blew into Seattle, and they were such a force that everybody didn't understand, and I got swooped up in it because I'm kind of part of the Magical Butter story in Seattle. That's for another story, but they came in, and I ended up being their sales rep for their product at the Northwest Cannabis Market. So I got to give them away. I got to sell them, and I got to see all the new innovation that was come out. We were part of Magical Butter Studios. Canacon got developed through this process. So I got to go to, I've gone to the first 6 or 7 Canacons behind the scenes. I was because I was always my own brand, People's Champs medicated juices and edibles. I was always my own person, but I wore a bunch of different hats. And one of the hats was Magical Butter, and I got to go behind the scenes of CannaCon. And just for the record, that's what grew me up. All those conventions.
Sure.
It's one thing to be in a room, as amazing as it is, with 30 people, and we're all super league of super friends coming in with X amount of pounds of cannabis and edibles and selling them to patients like the Justice League of Cannabis Friends. That's what we were. And it was amazing, and it's empowering. It's another thing to go to a convention room and straight up see legitimate tax-paying businesses surviving, making labels, making packages, making cartridges, and selling Apex and Eden Labs extraction equipment and all of that stuff. And so I got to see companies evolve, and I became kind of the circuit guy, the guy that was always kind of walking around, you know, and I grew up into it. And now that's kind of what I want to kind of do for brands. And so I recently kind of just taken another job offer. It's with Tetrasol, and you want me to tell you about Tetrasol?
Yeah, no, definitely. By the way, Bob Smart, love the guy. You know, fantastic guy, Bob Smart, who was a promoter of CannaCon.
Yes.
And I was at their first, probably 3 or 4. I think the first one was in Tacoma.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
It was over the top there.
Yeah.
It was over. And remember, they had only half of it full. They had half full, and then the next year it was all full.
Oh my God, did it blow up?
Yeah.
100%. The Tacoma Dome. Yep.
That was a huge experience for me. But I mean, imagine seeing that just from the ground floor of seeing
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, and you know, I didn't have to pay for anything. I didn't have to lose anything. It was just like a free convention education.
Nice.
I mean, and it just made me super strong. So imagine after doing 3 or 4 of those, in the back of my mind, I'm always going, you know what? I could always just sell bags to the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez, that's super strong. I mean, you know. Okay, so
getting back to what you were going to talk about.
Tetrasol.
Okay, Tetrasol is one of the amazing things comes from my network and things like that has come up. First of all, I want to explain a little bit of how it happened, because it might give a good story of how I operate. So, if you check me out on Facebook, I gear to be the bosom buddies of cannabis. I want to make a lot of content and share a lot of commercials. So I just really am always just trying to make my own channel. It comes back from my public access days where I used to make TV shows on channel 77 in Seattle, and I loved it. So now I have my own Facebook channel, and I methodically kind of try to program it. I don't try to cater to anybody except for the people that understand what I'm doing. And so with that, I garner a lot of cannabis people. Now, I have a brand in Seattle that I've been dealing with, and her name is it's Nana's Secret Sodas. And Nana is probably the biggest cannabis advocate in Seattle. She does all the events, and she just needed a little help with her product. And what it is it's a beverage. It's a soda, and she in the 502 market, she had THC CO2 in it. Well, she needed help. Sorry about that. She needed help with the formulation. And so I've been doing product development for a while. I worked with Green Lion, and we were in the R&D chambers all the time. And so it's in my blood to make products. And I'm a bartender. If, you know, just making it doesn't mean that it's good. It has to taste good.
Right.
That's like a big thing. So I'm dealing with Nana, and we go check out her bottling facility and everything. And what happens is she ends up needing she needs a better precursor for her THC/CBD. And so what happened was I said, look, if I'm going to take care of you, Nana, as a client, I'm going to share my information with you. And so there was a gentleman out of Colorado, and on Facebook, this gentleman, I've been watching him for about 3.5 years, about 3 years. And I'm stalking him, real creepy, stalky. But what he did was oil and water don't mix.
Right.
They don't mix. And here on Facebook, he showed a demo of him putting oil into water, stirring it up, and with the time lapse, it turned clear, and it really mixed. And everybody ripped him apart on that, like, oh, you can't do that. What you did it. And here is literally a revolutionary find. And instead of people saying, hey, I'd like to work with you, everybody ripped him apart. Just ripped him. And I'm used to that. That's kind of what I've been through in the cannabis industry. I don't think it's hard for me to bring another amazing product. I have to bring other people to bring those products because they're just like, okay, Rick, whatever. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly. Okay. Let's just keep it moving, Rick. So I called up this guy, and I never talked to him before. On my if you go to my Facebook, I've been saying on my post, it says that I'm the Mark Cuban of cannabis, which is super, super arrogant, but I'm going to be that. I'm going to be the guy that calls and you're like, oh, this is a good call. You're going to make money with me. I want to work with you, integrity. And so I called up Steven, and we never talked. And I said, hey, Steven.
That's who I thought it was.
Steven?
Huh?
Yeah, I was going to ask you at least for the first name. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Steven, do you know him?
Stephen B?
Stephen B.
Yes.
Stevie B.
No.
Yeah.
Stephen B.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's an amazing guy, man. And so out of the blue, I call him up, and I'm like, hey, Steven, I know you don't know me. I've been watching you on Facebook. I have shared your stuff, and that's also another thing. I didn't just keep him to myself. I shared him with all my list. I showed his videos and things like that. They just didn't know what they were looking at. And so I called him up. I'm like, hey, Steven, this is I like your product. I know you made a revolutionary breakthrough recently. I'm working with a client up here in Seattle named Nana from Nana Soda, and she's in need of your IP. Is there any way we could connect the dots and get you guys together? And he goes, oh, Rick DeLove. Yeah, man, I like your videos.
Nice.
And so from then, we really just started putting stuff together. And then he brought me into Tetrasol as a sales rep. And from then, we've been working it ever since. And so I went to MJ Biz last year and walked around with my marketing team. And on the back of our shirts, we had very arrogantly, ask me about water dissolvable isolate. And you wouldn't believe the reaction we would get. I mean, everybody, John Sally's manager came up and talked to us. Kelsey Grammer comes up and talks to us. I'm like, how did this happen? But the water soluble is like the best IP on the market right now. Really quickly, let me explain to you about it, since I do sell it and stuff. A lot of people have water soluble. That doesn't mean that a lot of people's soluble works. Now, what does making it work? The problem, first off, with it is a lot of it doesn't actually. It's actually a suspension, and so once you put it in like a beverage, like water, it'll eventually fall out of suspension and just layer up. Ours does not do that. It's microencapsulated, and it actually dissolves. The biggest thing, besides it being flavorless, is that most people don't realize that when you, let's just say I take 100 milligrams of this right now, right? It's the absorption in my mouth is probably going to be 70 to 80% of what gets into my bloodstream. Now, whatever I drink, it's going to go down into my stomach, and the stomach acids are going to eat up all that CBD. And so the CBD molecule has to make it past those acids to get absorbed into your bloodstream. And yet you only, so that means whatever's under your tongue is probably the only CBD you're going to get. With our technology and our formulation, we have a microencapsulation process that encoats the molecule so it goes farther in your digestive tract. Hence, you get 10 times the absorption rate. So it's astounding. It is something that's going to be in everybody's product soon because less is more. So that being said, he's bringing me in, and we've been doing product developing and finding the right partnerships and things like that. My job is to recruit business businesses that are ready to do 100,000 units a month. We work with startups, but if you're already got making bottled water and it's sticking, it's your testability's got issues or your bioability's got issues, we can come in and replace that IP and make your product better. And we did that with another product called Full Spec 21. And it's paired up with another company that we're launching called Re-Up 21. And so we've launched that in Arizona and Vegas, and it's basically 21 grams of collagen in a 3-ounce shot. So there's a lot of, and we're going to add CBD to that with full spec. So imagine CBD plus 21 grams of protein as a shot before you go work out.
So what is Tetrasol?
Tetrasol is a think tank, I guess, of a lab. Tetrasol is a lab that makes products, and our biggest product right now is our water soluble. So we're going to be doing CBD remediation, cleaning up dirty THC, basically just I think we're the 3M of cannabis.
So is the molecule that the additive, like, do you sell? So you just sell water soluble CBD that's already ready to go and add products or add to products?
What it is quite frankly, we take 1 kilo of isolate, and we can also use that. We have a toll process for consumers or customers that we can do. So we take 1 kilo of isolate and we mix it with 6 kilos of our emulsification process, and it turns into 7 kilos of water soluble. So we sell kilos right now that is at 13% CBD.
Yeah.
And it would have, so 1 kilo, 1,000 grams would have 143 grams in there of pure CBD.
Okay. So it's the molecule is like a cyclodextrin or something like that.
I'm a neophyte. I don't know that big word.
Well, educate us. Come on.
Cyclodextrins are molecules that look like donuts, kind of, or thimbles. And on the inside, it's lipophilic, and on the outside, it's hydrophilic. We've been jacking around with stuff similar to that. We've never gotten it to work. I'm interested in Tetrasol for sure. Yeah. But you can, for a short period of time, at least with these cyclodextrins, keep CBD in solution. And CBD hates water. It really just abhors water. But it's kind of that next step. I think there's a physical process that needs to happen that we don't have the equipment for it here. Haven't messed with it, but I think enrobing or encapsulating these CBD molecules in some sort of thing that will hold them on the inside and then make them, and then the outside of the molecules water soluble, and then just beat them to hell with an ultrasonic homogenizer or a ultrasonic cell disruptor is another word that they, or a sonicator.
We do that too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with we use a proprietary ingredient for bioavailability.
Yeah, I probably just said the name of your proprietary ingredient.
You didn't.
Really?
You didn't. Hey, explain to me. Okay, I need to be educated on this. With that water-soluble CBD, can you use it in a tincture? And if you use it in a tincture, what would be the amount of CBD in that tincture? Would it be 1 milligram, a half a milligram, since it absorbs more? I don't understand the matrix of how that all works, because in the kilo you said it's, let's just say 18% CBD, okay, or 16, whatever that was. How does that work? Explain that to me, because I know there's a lot of people out there that will watch this show or watching it right now that might not know how that works.
Well, that's where Stephen B comes in. He's the formulator, and he is the lab rat. And so my job is to link him with the lab.
Okay.
And so the idea is that you don't just get sold a kilo. We're a product developing team.
Sure.
And so that is something where each company has their own formulation level that they want. If you want 10 milligrams, that's fine. If you want 50 milligrams, that's fine. Let's all work. It's whatever you need. But once we come in, we tone your product processing to where you need to be, and then you're good to go. Now, what the biggest thing is, there are a lot of solubles. And so what I'm touting is that besides us being flavorless, once you use our product, you get more bioavailability with this, right, because of the microencapsulation. We are patented in the U.S. and we're patented in Canada also. So we're really trying to, yeah.
I'm interested. I'm interested in talking to you offline about this a little bit more. I know I saw the same post that you saw from Steven. I've been interested. We've screwed around with it. Like, here's a not knowing what he's doing, but that's
right.
That's an example of
that's clear.
It's not clear at all.
I can see right there. I can see Grandma through that.
But you can shake it up, and for a short period of time, it'll be evenly dispersed throughout there, and right, you can see that it's white. It's not acting like CBD. If you put CBD in water and shake it up, you're going to end up with it'll be purple. I think you'll have purple. If it starts off hot, then you'll get big crystals of purple looking CBD. It's a real challenge.
Have you seen the examples that we show?
Yeah.
I have videos that I put out there, and they are just ground roots, just showing, because I want to show that this isn't camera tricks and anything like that.
Yeah.
How our process works is he'll give me, and this is just very low tech, just so that I can make videos. Once we go to bottlers, the formulation's all different, but he'll give me a syringe and formulate each drop to about 5 milligrams per 16-ounce bottle. I'll take it and I'll put 2 drops in the bottle, shake it up, and it's cloudy. Not as cloudy as that product, but it's cloudy. And what happens is, if you watch the bottle, in 30 minutes, it turns crystal clear. And there's little bubbles in it. And there's no product in suspension, but it actually starts off about sort of cloudy, and then it clears up. It's an amazing process. I've got products on my shelf that have been there over a year. They don't separate. They don't fall out.
Wow.
No, it's an amazing. And so this is the thing where, like, when I followed Steven, because I back up with my history. I was a guy that bring a product to the market called People's Champs Medicated Juice. And let me just tell you, nobody knew what tincture was back then. Nobody knew what tincture was. And so I found out what tincture was by sitting next to a couple people from the market that were starting tincture companies. And so they taught me, you can make it with grapeseed oil and vegetable glycerin, alcohol. And I'm like, I don't want to use alcohol. I'm a bartender. Kids won't like it. Da, da, da. So I figured my own recipe out, and I actually added it to the best fresh pressed juice in Seattle from Fresh Juice Works. I went to their company and I said, look, I want to sell your product. Added it to it. And this was a 65-year-old man who didn't smoke any cannabis, and he just, in a weird way, he just liked my demeanor, you know. And then when he finally tried it, after about 8 months of buying product, he bought it. And I asked him, I go, Phil, what do you think of this? He goes, and he looked at the floor and goes, it's a pretty good product. I was like, I'm on to something here, baby. And so the tincture game taught me a lot. It taught me a lot, but I was just adding product to it. But I realized that the precursor is what I'm needing, a better precursor. And so that's the reason why I stalked Steven. Somehow I went to Facebook one night and said, I'm going to find a better precursor. And I went and polled people, and Steven was one of the people that I watched, and I was right. He's got the holy grail of products. It's really an amazing product. I'm very lucky to be working with him. He's a very cool guy, and he's, young and innovative. And it's interesting. I think me and him pair pretty well, because we're both low key. We're potheads. We smoke weed, and we're business guys. And I'll take I have a meme that I made where it's this guy on the edge of the field, and he's got all these arrows in him. And at the top it says, let me tell you about water dissolvable. Because everybody wants to rip me apart And I'm cool with that. You know, I don't have to act like I'm the scientist. I don't have to, you know, but it's harder for other people to do that stuff. And you know what? Quite frankly, I wouldn't, you know, he's very humble about everybody that doesn't understand his process. You know, me, I'm out here. It's the best. We the best, you know. You know, that's my job. He's humbly in the lab finding machinery that remediates cannabinoids, making IP that is going to be sellable to other programs. I get to come out here and just kind of flex a little bit, show some products off, sign some contracts, you know.
Where's he based out of?
Colorado.
Denver?
Yeah. I bet you'd recognize him.
I
if you
bet
saw him.
we've probably even spoken.
He's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring him up. Bring him up. Since we're talking about him, let's give him some love. Show him some love here.
Yeah, pull him up. He's a great guy. When we went to MJ Biz, it's interesting. So like, we signed paperwork and started working deals probably about 8 months before we ever met. And so when we went to MJ Biz last year in Vegas, we met for the first time and we hung out and ate and stuff and solidified our business model. Just a great guy to make money with, to tell you the truth. And that's a big part, I think, that a lot of people miss out in business, you know, enjoying the people you make money with.
Yeah, I've bumped into him a couple times. I don't know him, though. But, yeah.
See that
he
hair?
stands out. Yeah, he definitely stands out. I love the look.
No hair here. Look at that.
Completely
no
different.
hair.
Yeah.
Mr. Cop over here. Mr.
Yeah.
Clean Cop. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
So here's Stephen Bernard from Tetrasol, and also Elena Jackson, much love, and Dina Compassion. Yeah, we run in the same circles.
All right.
So yeah, I'm interested. I'm gonna.
We could definitely talk about it. Love to. Love to.
Let's see. Get this. Turn back.
So, any products on the horizon for your company, your CBD company?
For my CBD company, I'll be adding a beverage soon.
Sure. Why not?
You know,
yeah.
What the growing? It's just as they change the rules for this industry.
Sure.
It's just hard to just kind of be. I was gonna say slick, but I'm not trying to be slick. I'm just trying to be transparent,
sure.
You know, and make it so that I can sell products. I have a plethora of products on the horizon. Sure. All with COAs, all with, you know, all made grandma friendly, and they're from pet products to lotions. Oh, I want to tell you about this product. This is an awesome product. So let me show it to you here. This is part of what we're doing. Beard oil. Now see that gentleman right there?
Yeah. ZZ Top?
Pat Dawson. He's an actual beard champion. That shit exists.
Yeah, I've seen it.
For real.
Yeah.
He comes in number 2 in the world for the last 6 years. And so he's my friend from high school. So let me explain to you how this worked. He calls me up from me being on my Facebook and just showing off products. And he goes, hey, and this is also when I was vetting out products. I'll let you guys know a little secret what I do. I used to make a ton of products. Now I find good products. Man, it's crazy. I'm a white labeler, marketer, but I stand behind grandma friendly. So I'm going to find good products and price them right. So as I'm vetting out products, I get a call from Pat, and he goes, Rick, man, I like what you're doing, man. I'd like to kind of work with you. And I go, you know what? Bing! What if I made you a brand? And so I was vetting out beard oil at the time and getting an interesting response. I gave this product to a gentleman, and he's Afro-American black, and he put it on his beard, and he's a fitness trainer. He's a fitness trainer, doesn't smoke cannabis. He called me back, and I'm talking to him on the phone, and I'm like, hey, he's like, hey, Rick, man, you really got to get that product. And I'm like, I could hear him smile through the phone. You know, I can hear him smile. And I'm like, yeah, really? You think so? You like it? He goes, yeah, man, it's really good. And I'm like, okay, why is it so good? He goes, the fact is, it made his beard darker, softer, and sexier. People actually thought he was dyeing his beard. And so it gave him a youthful look, which is sexy to anybody.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, everybody has ego. And so here I find this product that this guy, and looks, and so Pat the next day calls me for this, and I say, I've got some products for you to vet out. And so we vetted out 5 different products, because it's in the beginning, he can have a bunch of products, but he really has to stand behind the first 3.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
You have to, stand behind it. I use this and stuff. Paul Mitchell can have so many products, but it was his formulation in the beginning that started that brand. So we found the right products, and we communicated, because here's the whole thing is, I understand I don't have a beard, so selling beard oil when you don't even have beard hair, it's kind of ludicrous, right? So here I give it to this gentleman, and he's a beard champion. And what happened is, besides doing things that we already suspected, oh yes, it makes it so it detangles your beard. Oh yes, it makes it so that it's softer. Oh yes, because the essential oils, the smells are better. That's the stuff we knew. What we didn't know is, as a beard guy, when he takes a shower, there's always about 32-foot hairs in the drain. After using this product, that doesn't happen anymore. We didn't know that was going to happen. So really, these products are so new to the masses, we don't know how effective they are. And so my job is to bring products and vet them out and find the most effective products for grandma. And this beard oil is an amazing product.
Shit,
and
I need that for my scalp.
100%. I really think more women are going to buy this product for their husbands and take it and put it on their scalp. It really does train your hair and make it grow, but you can't make those claims quite yet. But on the big side of the marketing of, if it's good for this dude's beard, it's probably good for your hair. So
that is a big thing out there, believe it or not. Facial hair contests.
It's huge.
Beards, mustaches. I've seen it on like the Good Morning America show once before. They had the top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm gonna start growing out a goatee.
No.
I got you.
I got you.
I have a finite. I want to tell. We're trying to get a guest on next week that I happen to have a costume that is perfect for that. So
we're going to call him right after the show.
A tie, but I will grow out what I can in the next week just to further just channel that character. That'll be.
An interesting thing about this, though, like he's a specialized person, right? The beard, for one, when beard men meet each other and they have long beards, because he's my friend, so I get to see it. We hang around, he's a bartender.
They tickle their beards together.
Oh, and it's not that creepy. Jeez. How you doing, buddy? No, thank God they don't do that, but I guess they probably do. So what they really do is they, after talking, very quickly they say, "What products do you use?" Very, very quickly. As when I shaved my head my whole life. And so I went through the same kind of thing. Since I was 22, I've been shaving my head. I got hair and stuff. But I noticed that black men would come up to me and they would have shaved heads and they would say, "Hey, no." And then they'd kind of hint to, and then not hint, they'd say, "So what do you use?" And I'm like, "Your head's just as shaved as mine. What's going on?" It's how men don't talk very much, and there's no forum for us to share man secrets. Yeah. And so with the beard, you're on your own. And most of them use female products. I mean, products made for hair, for women.
Right.
And so it's amazing. So when bearded men meet each other, one of the first things probably, depending on how big the beard is, they do that. They get creepy. And then they say, what do you put in your beard? And so I found that to be amazing. And so Patrick he just went to Belgium, and I came in number 2 in the world. He had his own brand. He had his own product, which none of those guys have.
Yeah.
And He was the only one with a CBD product that nobody even understands it yet. And so in a world full of hair guys, he's educating them through the product. You know, and nobody understands that your biggest organ you have is your skin, and your hair's attached to it. So if you put something in and it goes to your follicles and it makes them stronger, it might make your hair grow better, might make it hold in better. It's ABC. But everybody just wants to say, oh, you can't smoke it. You can only eat it. And no, shut up. Shut up. You'll buy it from Walgreens before you'll buy it from me. Shut up.
Yeah, Colorado's definitely the beard state.
Yeah.
There's so many people.
beards.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen so many beards in my life than being here.
Right. Well, and I mean, like we're marketers, so like I cut a deal with him. I give him $1 a bottle we sell.
Nice.
And that's a huge deal, but he's like a partner on it. Imagine when we launch Beard Gang and it's international and we start selling it, you know, overseas, you know, everywhere. Beards are international.
Beards are international.
Yep.
That's funny. How do tell us how do people get a hold of you? Or how do people tell us you on Instagram? I know you're on Facebook. I follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as let's see, what am I? I'm Rick DeLove on Facebook, and I'm not People's Champs on Rick DeLove on Facebook. LiveRightCBD on Facebook. You can go to LiverightCBD.com for all my products. You can go to Instagram for official LiverightCBD. And if you want to check out my history, I think my Instagram is probably my best timeline, because I've taken picture of every product I've ever touched that I would sell, that I created on my Instagram at People's Champs Instagram.
Nice.
People's Champs on the
People's
IG.
And it's
IG.
People's Champs, People's with an S, Champs with a Z.
Okay.
People's
Gotcha.
with an S, Champs with a Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got it.
Nice.
Outstanding. Well, we're running up on the end of our time with you here.
Yes,
Rick.
great show.
Do you know any jokes?
Oh man, now you got me on the spot. Jeez. Oh man.
I wanted to
I
have the
don't.
list
Oh,
today. I
geez.
forgot of jokes.
Or jokes? Yeah. Nobody. Don't feel bad. Nobody ever knows.
Yeah,
any jokes.
rare.
I used to be
It's
super
rare.
funny. I used to be
Rare.
super funny.
Hey,
That's
great.
a spot.
To all our listeners, definitely go to the website, check out the merchandise. You've got a great logo. I love your shirts and hats, the whole nine
Thank you
yards.
very much.
It's really packaged nicely.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. And if anybody ever needs any help on developing their businesses, on developing their logos, their marketing, their packaging, the business models, please come to us. We actually have one more thing I want to talk about. My persona, my network gets to bring in a lot of different avenues. And what we're working on now is basically advanced marketing so that we can sell radio spots for CBD companies
Nice.
right now in the Washington area. And we're also doing advanced marketing for selling impressions, internet impressions. So it feels like we're on the cutting edge. Like I said, I want to be the bosom buddies of cannabis.
Love it.
A lot of people don't remember what that show's about, but I do.
I do.
Making content and commercials is great. It's all hand in hand with making good business models and making good practices and making good products.
Yeah.
So if anybody needs any help, please come to Rick DeLove. I developed also the DeLove Group. You can also go to the DeLoveGroup.com, which is basically a pyramid of all my people all together. I'm basically a consulting firm. So if you come to me with an issue and say, hey, I'm looking for a license, I go and find it. Hey, I'm looking for feminized CBD seeds. I got you. Hey, I need somebody to sell me some hardware and I don't want it from China. Okay, I got some used guys that sell out of fucking Wyoming. It's a pyramid and network that I got at the DeLove Group. So anything that you guys need, I'd love to take care of you guys. And when I get some shirts and stuff, I'm going to send you guys some shirts,
Yay.
summer days.
Outstanding.
Sounds great.
I love shirts. Cool.
Great show.
Rick DeLove,
Yeah.
thank you very much. You're a great guest.
Thank you very
look
much,
forward
you guys.
to
I
seeing
really
what you got
appreciate it.
working in
Everybody.
the future. And appreciate it.
Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to go smoke.
Yeah.
All right.
Great
Cool.
guy.
All right.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interested in some of the stuff he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, you definitely on the water soluble for sure.
All right. Well, there's another show in the can.
Yeah. Follow Wiedberg's Facebook page. We might have an announcement in the next couple days on our next guest.
Our next guest is going to be the bomb.
if we can.
It's going to be awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.